If you want to choose audit as your career, this video is for you. Hi, I am the commerce specialist. Welcome to my channel where you'll find videos covering various academic qualifications and professional certifications, including life-changing business ideas and hacks. This video is for you if you want to become an auditor, whether an internal or external audit. So I'm going to discuss the differences between internal audit and external audit. So we are looking at few of the dimensions: the objective of internal audit, the reporting, the scope, relationship, planning of both internal versus external audit. The objective of internal auditor is to add value to the company's operations, to improve company's operation, to improve the company's operating efficiency and effectiveness. Whereas the objective of external auditor is to express an opinion on the financial statements of the company, whether the financial statements of the company are showing true and fair view of the company's operation, whether they are prepared in line with the applicable financial reporting framework, whether they are in compliance with the regulator's requirement, with IFRS, with IAS, and with the country's laws. The next thing you need to know is, whom does an internal auditor reports? An internal auditor reports to the board of directors and to the audit committee. Here I would like to tell you the role and the job of the internal auditor is very difficult. They are always in the war zone, in the danger zone, in the line of fire. Why? Think about it. Your work is about to find issues with the way your boss is working, with the way your boss is operating the company. Your job is to find issues in that. So it's a very difficult job. Why? Because I am trying to look at the deficiencies in the company's operations. And let me tell you, who's in charge of the operation? The CEO, the Chief Executive Officer. And in the company's hierarchy, internal auditors are subordinate to the CEO. But what saves me from this difficult situation is that I am reporting directly to the audit committee, which makes sure that I am able to do my job without any undue pressure by the management of the company. The reports I prepare as an internal auditor are very much private for the eyes of the company's management only. But if I compare it to the external auditors, number one, they report to the shareholders of the company. Their job is to express an opinion on the financial statement prepared by the company in the form of an audit report, and the report which they prepare is basically for everybody. It's not a private document. Specific scope of the work of internal auditor is basically internal audit work is targeted towards the company's operations, how to improve the operations, if there are any deficiencies, how to overcome them, ways to find safeguards for any deficiencies. So it's basically how to improve the operational efficiency and effectiveness of the company's operations. Whereas external auditors, their job is only focused towards the financial statements, audit of financial statements. Relationship. Internal auditors are very much part of the company. That means they are employees of the company. But sometimes a company may decide that they don't need an internal auditor or an internal audit function. So what they do is, this function could be outsourced. And there are companies, generally audit firms, they offer this services to companies. But when we talk about external auditors, they're not employees of the company. They are independent of the company and its management. That means they have nothing to do with the company's management or the company itself. They're not their employees, they're not their relatives, they're not their business partners. They're completely outsiders. They're there to come, check, audit the financial statement prepared by the company's management. That's it. When we talk about planning and collection of evidence, let me tell you, the internal audit work is pretty much strategic. Why? Because they want to improve the performance of the company, the operational performance of the company in the long run. When internal audit work is planned, there is no materiality level set, which means everything is important, every minute detail is important. It's not that if there is a discrepancy or irregularity more than 10,000, only then we will make it an issue and write a report. No, everything is important for us. Most of the internal audit work is procedural. Procedural means, let me give you an example. In one of my job roles, the head of internal audit used to report to me, and I was the person who used to assign him work. For example, every second month you have to do audit of inventory, the next month you have to do audit of receivables, then audit of payroll, then audit of operations, then HR. So it's procedural, it's recurring. And the internal auditor used to collect evidences, because when he writes a report, if he says something is wrong, he has to have an evidence. All these evidences are collected in internal audit from internal sources. Most of the time from observation, from interviewing the employees, or from going through the company's accounting records. When it comes to external audit, basically, as I said, they have to see whether the company's financial statements are showing the true and fair view of the company, whether they are in compliance with regulators' requirement, the company's law, the IFRS and the ISS, the applicable financial reporting framework, so on and so forth. In external audit, at planning stage, they set materiality level, which means they're not going to check everything. For example, they may set up a materiality level of 0.5% of sales. Let's say 0.5% of sales comes to 1,000. If they are auditing expenses, any expense, if there is a problem in calculation, and if it is more than 1,000, only then they get into the detail. If it is less than 1,000, they may ignore it because it is immaterial. But let me tell you, once materiality level is set in external audit, it is revised from time to time as the audit progresses, as new facts become known. Accordingly, this materiality level can be revised. External audit is primarily risk-based. Let me give you an example. If I'm an external auditor and we go and audit a bank, we know what are the different operations of the bank which are very risky. For example, cash operations. So more time will be spent looking at cash operations, auditing cash operations and details rather than anything else. The evidences which auditors collect, sky is the limit. There are many procedures and methods used. External auditors may go as far as calling your customers, your suppliers, your banks to get information they need, the evidence they need. We call it external confirmations. There is an auditing standard on that, ISA 505. We call it external confirmation. External auditors can get evidences from within the company and from outside the organization as well, the client's organization. And one thing is very important, SAAE, sufficient appropriate audit evidence. So guys, here something is important. If I have made a video on audit evidence, it's here, it's already published. If you want to know more about audit evidence, you can watch this video. So guys, I hope you have understood the difference between internal and external audit. Now I need to give you a suggestion. If you want to focus on internal audit as a career, you should go for doing a CIA certification. CIA is Certified Internal Auditor by IIA USA. That's the premier organization. I have a video on CIA, all the details, you can have a look at that. If you want to become an external auditor, then the preferred qualification is either you become a chartered accountant. CAs are in different countries. You know, Pakistan has their own chartered accounting body, India has their own, UK has their own, and USA has their own. So either you become a chartered accountant, an ACCA, a chartered accountant from Institute of Chartered Accountant England and Wales or India and Pakistan. You become a CPA from USA, Certified Public Accountant. So if you are a chartered accountant, a CPA or an ACCA, you're fit to become an external auditor. You are also fit to become an internal auditor. But if you are just a CIA, you cannot be an external auditor. I hope you have understood. So I have made videos on ACCA and CPA as well. You can watch this video on ACCA or this one on CPA. All details are there. If you have any further question relating to internal and external audit or internal auditor and external auditor, these qualifications, feel free to leave a message. I will respond to you. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Press the bell notification button so that you don't miss any of my important videos. If you like this video, please share it with your dear and near ones so that others can also benefit. Thank you so very much for your precious time.